Greetings, sisters. I hope that you are standing in your light and your divinity, and if not, I hope that you and journey to it. My name is Ananda, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel, The Essence of a Woman Talk. Today's video is about my introduction to the channel, give a little bit about myself, and also to say the reasons why I decided to open this channel, and also what kind of future videos you can expect. First, I have to say that it has been a big challenge for me to be able to open this window from my home to your home. I've always been a private person, and for the past few years, from the experience that I had, has motivated me even much more to dig deeper into my hermit mode. But I find myself in this chapter of my journey that I must too face my challenges and my fears. And through that, we have to be vulnerable. We have to use the power of our voice. We have to stand in our authentic self. And of course, that is difficult. Who wants to be open to so many different energies, to be open to so many different opinions and just different energies that could be positive, and in the other hand it could be the reflection, the reverse of the positivity. And but as soon as you go through that door of fear, that door of challenge, the other side is waiting for growth, elevation, transformation through these difficult challenges. And those are the things that shine the light in shadow and of your shadow aspects, and which I find myself, facing at this time. And as I've always been one of those sisters that I'm always so ready to confirm and remind the other sister that she is amazing, that she is a universe, she is vast, and nothing is impossible when she puts her mind to it. And for me to continue to uplift and to say these words to these women, I have to do the same thing. And being in this kind of society that we are told to be strong and to hold the things that we feel, and understanding the stages that we carry, the cycle, and to be aware what a woman is. A woman is the perfect storm. She is the reflection of the earth. She's the reflection of the galaxy. She's the reflection of the universe. She is that very reflection of the first spark that caused all creation to being. But many of us, me, myself, and I go in that category, that I felt displaced. I felt coming into a journey early in my stage, and the stages that we carry, I want to say real quick, the stages that a woman carry, it is the childhood to the teen years, that's the midden stage. Then after that we have the adult age, that is the mother stage. Okay, then after that we have the guider, which is that midlife age, and is also that age, that stage that we understand so much, and that we went through lessons and things to repair the things that has happened in the first two stages. And the first two stages, we are so vulnerable to the shadow aspects which are born in those stages, and that we carry those shadow aspects through the other stages. But in the midlife and the guider stage, this is where we have done a lot of work. We had done a lot of inner work, a lot of, going through things and understanding and awareness to find balance within ourselves, and that we become pillars for others that's coming through this journey. And then we have the elder, which is the crone, that stage from the other three stages, she has just become just wisdom, understanding, awareness. She is a gem because from the others who's coming, because she already went through these stages. She is balanced. In every stage we have balance and we have unbalance. The opposite of that reflection. It doesn't mean that it is something bad or anything like that. It just means that some balance needs to be done, that weight with that scale within ourselves. So through these different challenges, we can carry so much heaviness and we can carry so much shadow aspects within ourselves. And many of us, we like to ignore it. We like to push it back. We like to just act like it's not there because we are programmed and to say we are strong, we can handle it, we just hold it in. But when that happens, it becomes bigger and it becomes havoc within ourselves. A shadow aspects could make us feel a certain way within ourselves. It make us act in our outer world. And sometimes we're not even aware of it. We're not understanding why we feel this way. So now we have to do a journey of healing, a journey of untangling all those knots to make understanding and awareness of it. In our childhood and teen years, traumas and events and experiences that happens, many of us don't speak of it. Many of us, we take blame for it. Many of us goes through the next stages, pulling on depression, pulling on anxiety, pulling on mental illness, pulling on limited beliefs, everything that make us heavy. So we're walking in this journey with so many loads, so many heaviness. How do we feel the freedom under our feet? How do we see the freedom in our journey? Me as an example, in my childhood and my teen years, what I have pulled and what I have realized and aware of, the word that is attached to my shadow aspect is acceptance. And that word acceptance carry other feelings and energy. It could carry the word unworthiness, self-negative talk, not enough. And being in that childhood and that teen year, I was raised in the Virgin Islands, St. Croix. And the journey that I had in that stage, I was always moving. I wonder, I was born into a young mother. She's 14. I'm her first and only daughter. And when I was born, she was lost of even the word who she was and 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 being disconnected from her own mother. At the age of 2, she lost her mother, and she ended up also moving in family homes, which was not a healthy experience. So when she had me at 14, it became an unhealthy relationship because she's now dealing with everything that she just dragged to that stage of her life. And that caused me to end up moving in different places that she would drop me off, or going back and forth into foster homes or children's home, and just between that from the childhood to the teen years, and then in teen years, some years I was on my own. And going through this journey from childhood to teen years, I was introduced to religion from a very young age. A lot of the foster homes, they were very religious. And so I'm here growing with an understanding that there is a male God and that what I feel or what I do can cause me to damnation. I even, in certain years, I was also preaching in the teen um, group in church. But when I started to preach and read the Bible, certain things it didn't add up. And then I had questions. Then the questions were answered into other questions, not giving me answers. But I still hold on to it because that I was following the messenger, and the messenger assured me this is how it is. So going through the experiences of when people say the word I love you, trying to put the actions and the experiences that I'm going through with that word, it caused a lot of conflict and a lot of confusion within myself. And then with the people that are supposed to be that image of love, that feeling of love, which is your parents and the immediate people around you. And being I never really met my father at that time, even though he at sometimes he was in the island at the same time I was. I did not really remember him. He's just like a shadow figure. But I did had other father figures through childhood to teen years. And still some of those experiences left me confused. And then having a mother and the experience that I had with her left me even more confused. So now I am dragging this anger now because now it doesn't make sense. And the experience, when you have certain kind of experiences, it molds you with these different emotions and feelings. So now I'm coming out of my childhood to my teen years, now into my adult stage, and I'm leaving the island to come to Florida to meet my father. And now that experience for 3 months was not a healthy one. So now in my adult year, I'm very confused, but still all those time, because I wanted to be acceptance and accepted by the people that were around me, I trying to live through their expectation to the male God, to every ones around me, foster parents, uh, people who worked in the children's home, my mother, my father, mother and father figures, even in school. I never stayed in one place. I had never stayed in one place more than a year. So moving around, I still didn't feel the stability, which I'm a Taurus, which that is very important to me. But I never really seen what was stability. Only maybe I could say in one place at my 15 years, at 15, it was a place that it came very close to being my childhood, being very safe. But then because I'm so angry and not understanding, I left. I ran away from that place that actually really mold who I am today. Then I'm running, trying to find where I belong and trying to live in everybody's expectation, losing myself even more when I try to do that. So now I'm in adult stage, then become a mother at 20 with a daughter. And I'm carrying this baggage, this luggage of the past and memories and things that replay in my mind, in my spirit. And now I'm just having anger. I'm being rebellious now because how could these things happen when I am just hearing so much the love and I love yous and and me trying so hard to be what is expected of me. So now I'm in a relationship that is unhealthy, the father of my daughter, my first daughter, and trying again, finding where I belong spiritually, trying to find an answers that I have, going back into religion, going back to feeling what I feel inside is wrong. What I feel and think is wrong because that is against the law of God's law. So here I'm going through this. I that relationship ended. Then not too long after that, I go into another relationship, still not understanding who I am. But again, trying to live in someone else's expectation. I've always been raised to be a good woman, to be a good wife, and to be a good mother, and to serve God, right? So I'm coming through this and I'm still keeping things in, and I'm like holding strong, just smiling and having more children. The more children I'm having, and then I'm raising three other children, and then having my own from my womb, I'm getting even more depressed. I'm getting more anxiety. I'm getting my mental stability is not well, and I'm just falling into this deep depression, this anxiety, this this drainage of my energy. And that's when I just started going into suicidal mode. I did not want to feel what I was feeling. And this was 12 years ago. At 12 years ago, I started taking substance that was hurting me for 9 months. For 9 months, I was taking this substance that was hurting me, but I didn't care because at that time I was trying other things of, just doing the taking pills just to go to stop. So whatever I was doing and taking in, I didn't care. I didn't care because I just wanted it to end. And for 9 months, this is the stage and time frame that a person can make life. This same time frame, I am creating death. So at 12 years ago, after those 9 months, I ended up in the backyard and I started to cry and weep, and I just didn't know what to do. I just felt this burst of emotion came at me, and I fell to the ground. And at that moment, I felt women crying, weeping. It was just so much at me. It was like waves and waves at me. And before that, I wasn't an emotional person. After that, it was like a door of emotion came at me, and I've always been attached to nature. That's the only thing that made sense to me, to be connected to nature, to feel the things that I couldn't physically see, but I felt them. But I was told that I was wrong. It was wrong to answer the calling of nature. It was wrong to feel and to be in tune to the elements that we ourselves are made of. So I'm this door of this feeling of emotion with these women crying and hearing them. A couple of days later, I ended up in the hospital for a month and a half, contained. I couldn't even see my children at that time. And I knew at that time that whatever I was doing for those 9 months, was taking my life expectancy. So when I come out of there, I'm coming out of there, I want to live. I want to do better. I want to take whatever time I have and to do right by my children, to do right by whatever purpose I had. I wanted to do right. I didn't want to throw away any more of my time. So ended up after I come out of the hospital, like a day after, I ended up in this African dance place with an elder instructing the group. I immediately fell with the image of sisterhood. I immediately started to weep, but not this time. It wasn't a weep of despair and sorrow, but it was a weep of I am home. I was weeping because at the first time of my life, I felt that I found the solution to all my pain and through all the things that I was going through. I felt that I came to the right place, that I just hit the honey jackpot of healing. So I saw the elder, and this woman, she was just element looked like it was just on her, drape on her as her wardrobe. She carried so much light. Okay, she carried so much light within herself that's what I wanted to be drenched in. I wanted to be drenched in sisterhood. But then I find out it was an illusion for 10 years. For 10 years, for my expectancy to be, and again, I dropped back again to be what it was expected of me. Started to use my humbleness. I started to bow. I started to bow so much that I didn't see what was coming in front of me. Because I always had this temper. I always had this rage inside of me. So I'm like, okay, so what is to counteract with that anger? It is humbleness. I got so humble and I got so used to being on my knees that when I realized that the illusion was full of gossip and most of what I was seeing was an illusion. Yes, among that illusion, I found the few gems of sister that was genuine, and that all of them had a part of my inspiration because each one of them was the ones that had me doing, inspired me to do jewelry from their beauty, from their energy, from what I saw. It inspired me to do what I do now, create jewelry spiritually, painting spiritually, clothing spiritually, everything that I do and create for women. It is spiritually, from colors, numerology, everything. Because after I finish, I see what I make and I get it from my intuition. So even whatever energy it was, each one of those women inspired me. Even though behind me, it was a lot of gossiping. It was a gossiping not only from me, but it was gossiping with them each other. It wasn't only sabotaging for me, but they were sabotaging themselves. And I learned from the betrayals and from the experience. I felt deep again that I ended up just leaving the community and coming to Jacksonville 3 hours away and starting over with me and my children. Stripped from everything. That's when I knew what was strength, even though in that community was full of praises and full of smiles and full of these images and calling of queens and goddesses and lioness. But when I came here on my own with my children, this is when I realized what was strength was. And I give thanks to that 10 years in that community of searching for sisterhood and going through the experience that I had finding safe women and finding unsafe women. It led me to who I really am. It led me to understanding and taking that word acceptance for the beneficial of me. Because sisterhood should be a stop place of rest and healing. And understanding what really that means, I'm able to reflect the balance side of it and understanding and be aware of it. And now using the power of my voice, no matter what. This channel is going to show videos of things that were perceptions of self, because everything that I show in this channel, it will be a reflection of the woman's essence. Whether it's crafting, whether it's the tree of life, shapes, symbols, everything that you open your eyes to is a reflection of woman. And this channel is going to be reflecting that. Why? So that you are able to reflect and do your own research and to rediscover yourself, to ask questions to yourself. Am I a safe woman? I'm an unsafe woman. Am I on the path of my own light and divinity? Do I have shadow aspects that I need to confront? This video, you're not going to hear me say all my victories and what I have done right. You're going to hear my lessons, my hard lessons that I have learned and want to share with you, so that you in your pathway in whatever stage that you're on, midden, mother, guider, or elder, that you are able to take whatever that is for you and leave what is not, so you can grow in a positive way. I've always been that sister that I always have given more than I could offer. I have given the bricks from what I have until I had any that realize what I have done, but it has to have a balance. You will never hear me say, comment, subscribe, like, or any of those things. Whatever you feel in your spirit, you're going to do it. But my reasons for this channel is much bigger than that. The life expectancy that I have put on myself for hurting myself, for abusing myself. Now I want to take whatever time that I have in this earth realm and send out messages that I would give to my own daughters. I have 7 daughters that I, from raised and from birth, from the ages 25 to 5 years old. And that these messages that I send out, that I give it to my own, to the sisters that even that we have made connections and we're still are in the distance, that they're able to still hear me reminding them how great they are. Every video that I set out, I do my prayer before, setting the intention that it goes to where it's needed. This is something that I have been pulled to do for a whole year, and I'm fighting against it. Because I'm here, prison, with thinking of what people will think. But what are those women that walks in the same journey as I am? What are those same women that they feel that they are not enough? That society tells them in the messenger that they've been listening to all this time and ignoring the message that has been inside and within. Those are the women that I want to reach. The young sisters, I want to be the woman that I needed when I was a little girl. I want to motivate my sisters to become the women that you needed as a little girl to another young sister, to one of our daughters. because I do believe women heal women. We are oceans, ocean pools. When we go to the ocean, it feels good. It feels that it's a mother energy there. And even if you're not a mother in that sense of giving birth, you are mother to many different ways of giving nurturing. We are nurturing because we are a reflection of nature, of earth. We are emotional because we are a reflection of the ocean, earth, the galaxy, and the universe. We have a deeper connection because we are a reflection of what is creation. But if we are not understanding or aware how we reflect, how our very essence reflect in everything around us and within us, we can get lost into depression, into limited beliefs, into negative talks, to shadow self, and then we go through this whole journey just imprisoned and not free. Because how are we going to be free? Because I was told that our free spirit is wrong, but then it's all attached to everything else, to the tree of life, to everything. Our reflection, when it's bounced back to us, it is giving into the opposite of positive. So how do we hold on and find our own divinity, that everything that is shining back at us is saying that it's not enough? So these videos that is coming out in the future, crafting, tree of life, symbols, numerology, colors, divination, even card readings that I'm going to do, but it's only card readings of how to heal within the woman, within you. It's not going to about finding your soulmate, finding a person. It has other videos for that, but this channel only gives out tools and reflection of how to heal the woman's essence. And I am walking with you alongside of you. I am not a teacher, but I am a student. And I only share. I do not teach, but I share. I share what I learned so that even if we haven't met physically, that we can heal together, we can exchange love, we can exchange understanding, we can exchange awareness, because we are a reflection of each other. So till next time, I wish you much love, much healing, much blessing, and great journey.